Welcome you all to Yoshita's Kitchen. When we talk of cookies, what generally comes to our mind are either choco chip cookies or hazelnut cookies, but we usually tend to forget about our very own age-old Indian originated naan khatais with their classic delicate and crumbly texture and melt in mouth flavors of chickpea flour and cardamom. It is one of those Indian cookies which is both nostalgic and irresistibly delicious to most of us as Indians. Here we need to understand that the basic difference between biscuits and cookies is that biscuits are hard while cookies are crumbly, soft and have high amounts of ghee or butter in them, which is what makes them crumbly. And that is the reason why we can easily place our naan khatais in the category of cookies and not in the category of biscuits. And also the quantity of ghee mentioned in the recipe can neither be reduced nor it can be replaced with any other kind of fat or liquid, as this much ghee is required to lend a flaky or the so-called khasta texture to our naan khatais. The naan khatais are prepared by using a combination of all-purpose flour, chickpea flour and semolina. I have here replaced the all-purpose flour with whole wheat flour to lend a very healthy touch to it. The besan in it gives it an earthy aroma with nutty flavor, and the semolina is responsible for its crunchiness. So now, without wasting any more time, let's jump to our recipe. So for this recipe, take half cup of desi ghee or clarified butter in a big mixing bowl. Make sure that your ghee is in semi-solid state and not in melted state. Add 1 cup of powdered sugar to the ghee and make sure that you are using powdered sugar only and not the granulated one to get the perfect texture in your naan khatais. Now whisk these two ingredients very nicely for at least 5 minutes, either using a hand whisk or an electric beater, till it becomes very soft, fluffy and light. Here, while whisking your sugar and ghee mixture, what you are doing is you are aerating your mixture, which is very important for making your cookies crumbly. Here you can see the texture and the color of the mixture. Our ghee and sugar mixture has become very light in color and soft and fluffy in texture. Now take a big sieve over your mixing bowl and pass 1 cup of whole wheat flour, half cup of besan or chickpea flour, 2 tablespoons of fine quality of suji. Make sure that you are taking a fine quality only. A pinch of salt. Here I have taken rock salt. Half teaspoon of baking powder. Make sure that you are leveling your spoon as shown in the video. And half teaspoon of baking soda. Now sieve all these together over your sugar and ghee mixture. And then finally add 1 teaspoon of elaichi or green cardamom powder. The authentic flavor of naan khatai is of green cardamom only, but you may replace it with rose or saffron or cinnamon or any other flavor of your choice. You may even add thandai powder to your dough to experiment. Now all you have to do is mix all the ingredients of your naan khatai dough very lightly, initially using a spatula and then finally using your hands, just to make sure that all the ingredients come together. Do not apply much pressure at this stage. Now as you can see, our dough has nicely come together. Now cover it and place it in refrigerator to chill for another 20 to 30 minutes. Meanwhile, grease your baking tray generously with some desi ghee or clarified butter. You can even place some parchment paper or butter paper over your baking tray so that your cookies don't stick to the tray. Now for garnishing the cookies, I have taken coarsely crushed pistachio. Now remove your naan khatai dough from the refrigerator and make small lemon-sized balls out of it as they contain a lot of fat, so make sure not to flatten them before baking them. Just make round balls and bake them, and they will flatten by themselves while getting baked. Also make sure to refrigerate the shaped up naan khatais for 20 to 30 minutes prior to baking them, to make sure that you don't end up with too much flattened cookies. Now place your chilled shaped up naan khatais over your greased baking tray and bake it in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 10 to 15 minutes. Here I baked my naan khatais in an electric tandoor and they turned out awesome. Also garnish each cookie with some crushed pistachio in your baking tray before baking them. Now bake your naan khatais in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 10 to 15 minutes. Just keep an eye over your naan khatais while baking them. Your naan khatais are considered to be done as soon as you see a brownish ring near the base of your naan khatais, while the top of the naan khatais will still remain pale and soft. They will remain soft initially, but they will harden up as they cool down. In any case, do not get tempted to bake them more. I did the mistake and few of my cookies turned out overbaked, but by God's grace, those overbaked cookies were also too delicious to resist. Now this is the second batch of the naan khatais which I prepared with the same leftover dough. You can prepare around 25 to 26 naan khatais with this recipe. A very nice earthy aroma of baked besan and green cardamom will completely fill your house, and everyone in your house will be impatiently waiting to have a bite of these delicious naan khatais. But make sure not to touch them when they are just out of the oven, as at this stage they are too delicate to touch. Just wait for some time and then have a bite. Wow, look at the texture of the naan khatais. The cracks that you can see on the top of your naan khatais give you an assurance that your naan khatais are perfectly baked. In case you like this video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends and family, subscribe my channel Yoshita's Kitchen if you haven't done yet, follow us on Facebook, Instagram and on our blog yoshitaskitchen.wordpress.com. Thanks for watching.